What's up, fam? Welcome to the Firewalking Journey channel. This is where I share about what matters to me as a location-independent entrepreneur and investor. And in this video, I'm going to tell you what my family's plan is, because I have mentioned in a couple other videos that although we were originally planning to move to Taiwan in the next couple months, instead, we have decided to push that back to next fall, 2022, when we will relocate to Taipei, Taiwan. So instead, in this video, I'll let you know what we are doing. So at the end of this year, late December, that's when we're going to launch. That's when we're going to head out and sort of leave our home base for good. I did say in another video that we were going to be somewhere in the Americas. So I've actually made a video about this a month ago, which I never posted, and then I realized when I was finally getting around to post it that our plan from when I made that video has actually changed twice now. Not drastically, but things have really started to crystallize. And so where we're going, what we're doing is we're heading to Mexico. I guess it's more complicated than that, but we are going to spend a good amount of time in Mexico. What we're probably going to do will be in Puerto Rico to start next year, and this will be my second time going to Puerto Rico. Our first time bringing the kids, though, and we'll be in San Juan for the most part. And then in February, we're going to make a stop through the U.S. We have a couple things going on. And then we go down to Mexico, south of the border, and we're just going to hit a few places in Mexico. Sort of slow travel, if you will, medium slow travel. The way it's shaping up right now, it's going to be probably a total of about 3 months in Mexico, and spread across, no, that's not correct, about 2.5 months in Mexico, spread across 3 locations. And the reason is because we're actually going to have to come back to the US for a major business event happening. So our travel plans have kind of gotten twisted and turned a little bit, but it's all good. It's all exciting stuff, and in greater degree, we'll be able to sort of experience Mexico. I'll share a little bit more about the specific cities in the future, but I do want to share that it is my feelings, which are that it's pretty scary. It's scary to think that this is all happening in a little over 2 months. That just seems like not enough time to prepare, and not enough time to like really enjoy what we have. I feel like I'm just getting comfortable with our life here in South Florida. So it's scary. It's also scary because I've never not had a home base before. I've never really been nomadic in that way. I've always kind of had a place, even if it was like traveling for 2 or 3 months at a time, I always had a place that I was going to go back to. And now that feels a little different. So that being said, on the flip side, my wife, for example, thinks it's pretty funny that I find it scary. She just thinks it's a normal life. And I guess even though our experiences haven't been that drastically different, it is true that my wife was an immigrant to America, and so having grown up on the other side of the world, picking up and leaving and coming here, life doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be challenging to go to a new place, and it doesn't have to be challenging to leave your home behind, and it doesn't have to be challenging to even not have a home. there was also a year that my wife, she was in a rotation program at her corporate job, and so there was one 22-month period, so less than 2 years, where she lived in 4 different cities. So I get it that it doesn't have to be uncomfortable for me, but it is. And so we'll see how it goes. And I should also add, I say like 2 months, it seems so soon, it's not enough time to prepare, but the truth of the matter is that we've been preparing for something like this for like 4 or 5 years. Even before our oldest son was born, we very, very seriously considered moving overseas to give birth to him. So that's been our mindset for a long time. And so although I'm scared, it is also very exciting to finally see these plans come to fruition, finally see that sort of the path is laid out for us. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I'll share more as the plans get closer and as the details get finalized. But yeah, I guess one more thing to add is sort of the why, and the why of it all is on one hand, we didn't want to move to Taiwan. We didn't want to rush that move, considering the COVID situation was in flux in Taiwan, and especially in particular their quarantine and border restrictions are extremely tight. And so sure, things will probably improve over the next few months, but is it like 2-3 months when they start to loosen the restrictions, or is it like 6-7 months? And so rather than kind of like sit here on pins and needles and wait to figure it out, we just decided we'll take the onus to go somewhere else for a time being, and then hopefully the border restrictions are much looser, and we don't have to quarantine for 14 days. We don't have to separate our family. The ideal scenario would be no quarantine, of course, but hopefully, at the very least, we'll be allowed to quarantine at home, which would be very, very comfortable compared to sort of a federal facility and not being able to be with the rest of my family. So we'll see. That's all speculative, but next fall would be the time that we're targeting now, because also my son would be beginning school in Taiwan, so we would like to be there by then so that he can start school. There's also one other matter which I'm planning to reveal in another video, so I don't want to give it away entirely, but it was important for us to stay in the Americas. We think that Mexico will work out well for that, and yeah, we'll see. Fingers crossed. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.